Greetings. This is your man Nicholas Shepard of the Shepard Family Enterprise, Business Administration Information Systems Consultants. This is training day 9, part 2. In my previous video, we was talking about restructuring your mindset for better business opportunities, part 1. And we were describing why African Americans do not try to invest into other African American communities. And I question, is it because we were previously programmed to fail decades ago? And we should evaluate what happened starting from the 1970s family structure. Okay. In this training session 9, part 2 is reestablishing who you are, and then taking that first step towards your new business world, part 2. Now, the first thing we're going to be talking about is who you are, what makes you you in the business mindset for today. Have you researched any African American entrepreneurs that you can create a business bond with? If you have, is there any areas that you and your business partner or partners can expand on? The third one is, are you investing in any business that will bring value to your community? Or have you mentioned at least one business or have you monitored at least one business on how to build a successful economic base in the communities that you live? The fourth one is, do you have an independent journal of interviews and meetings? Meetings or interviews are not secluded only to business contacts, but also upon those contacts that you may benefit from, that you encountered in the past 30 days. And the fifth point is, where should you go from here? Greetings. This is your man Nicholas Shepard from the Shepard Family Enterprise, Business Administration and Information System Consultants, Project Management Database System, Operating Management System, which we are servicing the state of Ohio and the state of Michigan. You can go to our website at www.shepardfamilyenterprise.com. You can also visit our blog business site, which you can engage in any type of forum conversations pertaining to business matters, personal matters, world events, and all of the different types of selections at www.tapatalk.com/groups/Shepherd Family /what our consulting service provides. Okay. You can also contact us if you have any questions pertaining our services at 614-680-0536. Remember, we are creating business strategies and technologies to make your business world a greater place. What we're going to be discussing today, which is training day 9, reestablishing who you are, and then taking that first step toward your new business world. This is part 2. The first thing we'll be discussing is who you are. What makes you you in the business mindset for today? Have you reached any have you researched any African American entrepreneurs that you can create a business bond with? If you have, is there any areas that you or your business partner or partners can expand on? Number 3, are you investing in any business that will bring value to your community? Or have you monitored at least one business on how to build a successful economic base in the communities that you live? The fourth is, do you have an independent journal of interviews and meetings? And what I mean by meetings or interviews are not secluded only to business contacts, but also upon those contacts that you may benefit from, that you encounter in the last 30 days. Number 5, where should you go from here? Okay, the reason why I'm creating this portion of the video, part 2, is because of the fact that I wanted to expand on some things based on what I've learned and what I actually encountered over the years. Okay, now the reason why I'm coming with this because I'm consistently hearing things about Steve Harvey. Okay, and Steve Harvey, his present situation. I don't know all the details of it, so basically a lot of things basically could be pretty much fabricated. No one really knows exactly what's going on in his business world but him, okay, because a lot of things he may not be talking about, so I let you know. But my whole concept on the matter is I know for a fact that even though the African American community thinks, or business leaders or people who are in business who want to make money feel that everyone wants to be rich, but everyone cannot be wealthy. The wealthy pick and choose who they want to be rich. Okay, everyone can't be wealthy because the number one reason is because there isn't enough room at the top for wealthy people. Okay, let's assume. Okay, let me give you this example. Okay, you have a home. Okay, 5-bedroom home, 3 bathrooms, right, and 1 guest bathroom, which is downstairs. You have 1 kitchen. Down in your basement area, you have your what they call your rec area, right, where people sit down and look at TV. And let's say in these rooms, you have each bedroom is a master bedroom. Okay, so you have 4 occupants that you're renting to, and you have your room. Okay, this is your home. You are renting. Okay, these other 4 rooms to, let's say, people who maybe in from out of town, anything like that. It's probably not really an extended stay, but it's a stay that they just want to stay there while they're on an assignment. Okay, so what you do, you say, okay, I'm going to rent out these rooms for, let's say, 6 months. All right, so you rent out these rooms for 6 months, and once you rent out these rooms for 6 months, let's say one of the tenants, right, decide they want to bring in another person, right? You say, okay, well, the person's married, they might want to bring their significant other, partner, and maybe their kids, okay, and they buy their own food, they have a little refrigerator in their room, and sometimes they want to come in the kitchen, everything is pre-planned, they already told you exactly what's going to take place, there's not going to be any parties in your house because your house isn't designed for that type of robust activity, right? So you want it to be more of a controlled environment in the home that you are renting for a limited amount of time to these occupants, right? So you allow them in your home, okay, giving them space, everything like that. And what happens is that these people, they start bringing in more people, right? And mind you that you are absorbing the cost of them being there, right? Even though they're giving you rent money, but the wear and tear is putting on you and your establishment, you have to service and repair yourself. Not only that, the community in which you live, right? You are very respectable, and people are looking at you. How are you maintaining these residents that's living in your place? Because this area may be a high profile area or very respectable area, right? Now, some of you may get where I'm going, right, with this, but I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about this in case those of you who may not link the general topic with the discussion that I'm having with you right now. There are wealthy people, right? They know how many people they can allow at certain levels of success at the top. Okay, there's not enough room for everybody. There isn't. Okay, if you want to be a multi-millionaire, you have to be allowed in. Okay, once you are in, right, you cannot pull in a lot of negative activity in an environment that these wealthy, distinguished people or the society of wealthy people allow you to come into. Now, I'm not saying you go into their house or anything like that, but you are a direct reflection on them because they are the ones that allowed you in, right? Their environment. I'm not saying in their social group, but their environment. And their environment is a wealthy environment, okay? This is their home, right? This is where they dwell, right? So each person they bring in is an occupant, right? And you're there as long as you maintain a state of mind and you maintain a social attitude that is respectable, not only to those who you that you affect, which are those that are around you, but those that you may come in contact with, whether they are seen or unseen. Some of these individuals may be unseen, and just because they are unseen does not mean that they do not exist. They exist because of the fact that if they did not exist, you would not be where you are today. You understand? So, some people think that because they have money, that the money is theirs. No, it's not yours. It is loaned to you, and you are working to maintain this money, which is multiple millions of dollars. You understand? Because as fast as it is given to you, it can be taken back from you, right? Because mind you, I have described to you, everything is designed for their success, not our success. You understand? That was it is very important for us to create an economic base at our level, right, at a lower level in our communities so that we can maintain our status. You got me? And when I mean by our level, we talk about it could be a multi-million-dollar level, right? But not at the level where we are being ridiculed or our wealth or our millions are taken back from us, which they can. All right, so like money is not controlled by us. We earn the money through contracts and other partakes that we participate in order to get this wealth or the part of the wealth, right, that is loaned to us for a time as long as we obey the rules. You got me? All right. There are a lot of multi-millionaires or billionaires, right, out there. Some millionaires, because their mismanagement or their bad conduct within these environments, fall from grace and they lose everything. You got me? All right. So it's the mindset that you must have as a business leader, knowing this when you go into these environments, right? You have to understand that you have to control the people that you bring in to your business world, or your social life as a multi-millionaire. You understand this? So as you structure your business, you must understand one thing. You have to put people in an environment where you can control the outcome, right, of their activity. Because believe me, there are people, business people of wealth are doing the same thing to you and will do it to you. All right? Okay, so what we're going to do right now, like I mentioned to you before, is we're going to talk about who you are and what makes you you. Okay? The thing is, have you ever thought of this? Have you ever thought about who are you? Okay, seriously, who are you and what makes you you? Okay, think about that question. Okay, who are you and what makes you you in the business mindset for today? Is it because you have an ideal, right? Is it because you feel that you put your work in? Is it because you feel that you know certain political people? Because you have made major contributions to society? Or whatever ideal that you have, what makes you you? Okay? Now, I have been in the business a long time, right? And I'm not what you may call the ideal person that have made all the correct decisions, because I have not. I'm far from that. But what I am explaining to you is, if you want to be wealthy, you have to have a mindset, okay, of a person of good character, right? People have to be willing to accept you into their social group, because in today's society, even though it may be hidden, there are cultural conflicts. I don't like to use the word racism and stuff like that. I like to use cultural differences, right? I like to use the words of socially handicapped, right? Or socially ignorant, right? And the reason being is because those words people can digest, right? If you say that a person is socially incompetent, right, that is basically an educated way of saying, right, there's a possibility they may be racist, right? Or you could say there are cultural differences, right? Or there's cultural restrictions that you maintain, right, that may affect other people's or other cultures, right? These are the things and the type of things you have to incorporate into your vocabulary or the way you describe yourself as a business person, right? So people can look at things. See, these are the things that make people think about what you're saying, right, and what you're doing, right? And whether or not they can accept you coming around them and they are able to talk to you without hearing these buzzwords, right? There's a lot of buzzwords out there that is a taboo, right, in the business community. No, I don't care who they are. They can be African American, Asian American, Middle Eastern American, European American, whatever. No one wants conflict, right? There are maybe some individuals don't care about conflict, but on the main thing, no one wants conflict, right? So you must establish who you are, right? And what makes you you in the business world, right? And you have to have a positive mindset, okay, in the business world today, right? Okay. Now, I can expand off on that, but we'll do that a little later, right? In other videos, which I will be talking about a lot of other different things. But I want to keep this in a very structured dialogue. And if you have any questions, you want to expand on different things that we can go about, and I can create another video based on that. But I want you, on this YouTube video, I want you to click like, right, and share and put in your comment. I really appreciate if you do that. You can also go to my website, www.shepherdfamilyenterprise.com, or you can go to my blog site, which I will list at the end of this video, so that you can go in and you can engage in some type of forum activity and tell not only myself, because I read the forums and I get notification when you input topics or questions, anything like that, and I'll read them and I will answer to you. And also, I really ask you to donate, right, to our cause. Either you can go to our website and have a PayPal button. You can click the PayPal, you make donations, and that will help me to continue making videos and have training sessions, online training sessions, one-on-one training sessions for individuals who want that, or I can, interpretation, so that I can do motivational speaking or classes or conferences, okay, in the cities or state in which you live, okay? All right. Now, the second one is, have you researched any African American entrepreneurs that you can create a business bond with, right? If you have, right, is there any areas, right, that you and your business partner or partners can expand on? This is very important, right? Finding a business person, right, that you can create a bond with, that you can talk to, right? Someone that you can trust. Someone that you can bounce ideas off of, right? Sometimes you can go to friends and stuff like that, but sometimes you want someone that's sitting on the outside of the picture to give you a very unbiased description of a lot of different things. They're like, well, I don't think you need to do this. You need to go here. You need to go there. This is very important. And the reason why I said this is very important, because, you may not have all of the answers, right, that you need to get to where you're going, right? So you may need to talk to someone, right, to find out whether or not you can move forward, right, in whatever you're doing. Now, like I said, there's a lot of different things you can do, all right? There's a lot of different blog sites out there, right? There's a lot of different, what I call forums out there. But I advise you to come to our blog and forum. Those of you that are new business entrepreneurs or thinking about going to business, go to our blog site and to engage in dialogue and expand. Read about a lot of different things that we're talking about. Look at some of my training videos. You may not get it the first time you look at my training video, but if you go to training 1 and listen to it, and you listen all the way through, and you listen to these over and over again, I guarantee you, each time you listen to my videos, right, my training videos, your perspective on business will increase. Your awareness will expand. You will start to get it. You understand? When you listen to it one time, you're not going to understand it. Your mind hasn't registered on exactly what's going on. But as you listen to it, you have to really sit down and listen to my training videos. There are messages in there that will increase your awareness in business. It will increase your awareness of who you are and where you're going, right? It will allow you to go reach out to companies like mine, Shepherd Family Enterprise, LLC, Business Administration, and Information System Consultants, and confide in us and bounce questions. My consultation is free, right? And I'm talking about, you make donations, right? And if you become one of our donators, you can call me anytime. You can contact me or send me an email, and I will call you. We can have an hour conversation, and and we can or schedule conversation. And we can talk about a lot of different things, right? And that you may not be really sure about, all right? And if I don't know, I'll research it for you. You may be too busy. That's my job, to service you, to go out there and find out this information and get this information back to you as a business consultant. This is what we do, okay? You don't have to go out. If you want to do it, that's on you. You can do that if you want to. But if you don't have time, right, I can go out, research information, give it back to you, right? The more extensive research, of course, there are costs and fees concerning that. But general information is free. I'm here to work with you. I need you to contact me so we can come to some type of business relationship. All right? Okay. The third thing is, are you investing in any business that will bring value to your community? Right? Or have you monitored at least one business, right, on how to build, on how to build an economic base, okay, in the communities, that you live? Have you done that, right? These things here are very important, right? It's very important. Some of you may think, well, I haven't really done that, and I don't really bother with these people. You know what? You have to do it, right? You have to invest, and no matter what it is. You have to invest in some sort of business activity in your community. It don't have to be a lot of money. It doesn't, right? It's $20 a week. Purchase something from someone that has a African American that has a business registered. I'm not talking about someone just doing something out their house. I'm talking about someone that has an LLC, right? What I'm trying to do is encourage business-minded African Americans to get their LLC, get their tax ID, right? Get the employee identification number, and start doing business with African American entrepreneurs in the communities that they live, to build the economic base in the communities in which they live. You understand? By doing this, it increases your company's value and the value of the business that you are assisting, right? Okay. Now, the fourth thing is, do you have an independent journal, right? Or of interviews or in meetings or interviews, not secluded only to business contacts, but also upon those contacts that you may benefit from, okay? Or that you encountered in the past 90 days, right? The reason why you need to do this, if you haven't been doing it, if you keep a journal who you're talking to, so that, and write down the questions you ask them and the response you give, because what entertains a person most is when you can go back to them and refer to conversations that you had with these individuals, right? In detail, right? And then give them answers based on the questions that they asked you, right? Give them solutions. See, what I'm saying, that you have to train how people think, right? And you have to feed them information. By feeding them information, you building your business community, right? You building your business support. Those who are around it that's going to depend on you, because they say, listen, well, he got back, he talked to me about this, so I'm going to call him up and find out exactly, what do you think about this? What about that? You have to feed individuals. You have to give information to individuals so that they are confident in creating a business, right, that will possibly service your company, or you can service theirs, right? We need to help each other in business, right? You have to create your own business opportunities, right? And the only way you can do that is by talking to individuals, right? Creating a business attitude, right? and getting them to buy into your ideals as you buy into theirs. Okay? Now, the fifth thing is, where should you go from here? Right? And where you should go from here is start reading. Okay? Start reading about business. At least once, if you can do it once a day, it's good, but try to, schedule at least once a week, right? 1 hour, right? If you can. Read some type of business journal, something based on business, right? In the profession that you want to go into or the business you want to open, right? Try to figure out who is doing what you're doing. Learn about what they're doing, right? How you can incorporate these ideas into what you're doing, okay? Just don't, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to read information and give it to you and put you on the right path. But to maintain this wealth of knowledge, you're going to have to dig your roots deeper into the earth, right? The business earth, right? And, pull out the nutrients of success yourself, right? To feed your mindset and your business body so that your leaves, of prosperity can grow. All right? That is what you have to do. You understand? So, I want to expand on this a little bit more a little later in my future videos. I'm going to go off into training about my project manager database system, which I'm also which is available, and I can pretty much tailor it to your business so that you can keep track of your projects. You can keep track of those who you encounter. You can do reporting. It's a lot of different things you can do with it. Okay, I'm going to do a video on that to give some type of description overview of my project manager database, and it's a good, excellent tool. Believe me. All right. I've been working on this tool for many years. I've been upgrading it, and it's very well structured and it's easy to use, right? And you may have to take a little training because I have to give you, I'm going to teach you how to use it, which, okay, I'll give you an overview with the training sessions, which cost $150, right, per session. But I will give you enough information that once I roll this product out to you in your organization, right, as an independent database so that you can keep track of what you're doing as a starting tool, you'll be able to grow it yourself, right? Or we can come in and we can help you expand it and grow it, all right? Okay, again, this is Nicholas Shepard of the Shepard Family Enterprise, Business Administration and Information System Consultants. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video. And again, push like, share this video, and make contributions to the African American business. Peace.